If we have experienced a change of heart, can ye feel so now?
Welcome back, beautiful person. On today's episode of Covenant Fire, we explore the cautionary tale of Cain and Abel. And as many times that I've read this story, this time around was the first time that I was able to capture some of the principles in the Bible that I, as a Latter-day Saint, should have understood the first time around, especially because we have the Pearl of Great Price. And no doubt, the reason why I was able to capture some of the principles that are written in these chapters are because I'm using a different Bible. As you may know, as a Latter-day Saint, the church has more openly pushed the membership of the church to explore different Bible translations. Even though this was already something that was allowed in the past, it was not really enforced or it was not really pushed, and in many cases, members probably didn't know. Because of this announcement, I took the liberty of buying two different Bible translations, the NIV and the NRSV-UE. Since the language in the NIV is a lot more simpler, that is the Bible that me and my family are using now for our, Bible studies. But the NRSV-UE, that is the Bible that I'm actually using for my own personal studies. And to be honest, it has not disappointed. From this experience alone, I've come to the realization of the importance of reading the Bible through a modern day translation. Don't get me wrong, I love the KJV, but in my opinion, this one has a beat. The verses that caught my attention this time around as I was reading through these new translation of the Bible, it was Genesis 4 verses 6 and 7. The Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? And why has your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not well, sin is lurking at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must master it." The reason why these verses caught my attention is because I just love what the Lord said to Cain, especially in verse 7, that you must master sin. In my opinion, the KJV does not give you that same insight. In the KJV version of the Bible, verse 7 reads like this: "If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him." This can be interpreted in the same way that we see in the modern translation, if you look at it through a certain angle. But for me, it's not obvious, and it doesn't read as an invitation to conquer sin. It always seemed to me of a prophecy from God stating that Cain will rule over sin. But that might sound like a contradiction because ultimately Cain's sins ruled over him. And I know that the Pearl of Great Price gives us really good insight on this issue, especially in the book of Moses, chapter 5, verse 25, which reads, "And it shall be said in time to come that these abominations were had from Cain, for he rejected the greater counsel which was had from God. And this is a cursing which I will put upon thee, except thou repent." What I find interesting is that in the Pearl of Great Price, we see the same principle that is being taught in newer translations. And that principle is focused around agency. And through agency, we can repent and reject the evil gift, as it is written in Moroni 10:30. Talk about a restoration of meaning within the scriptures. I never got that sort of insight reading the Bible alone. Even when I was reading the Bible in Spanish. The Spanish version that we use in the church is called La Reina Valera. And in this case in particular, in this verse in particular, is basically virtually a one-to-one to the KJV. But what I really liked about this language that is used in this new version of the Bible is the idea that we can master sin. It's this idea that we have the power to do something like that. And then as a side note, I thought to myself, hey, Cain really could have had a different outcome in this story. This could have been an awesome story of redemption, just like Alma the Younger and the Sons of Messiah in the Book of Mormon. Who knows? Maybe if Cain would have repented, he would have been great. I mean, after all, he did have a lot of talents. He did lead people and establish the city. That takes a lot of skill. And with such skill, he could have not only helped the people around him, but also leave a legacy for future generations. Instead, of course, he chose his pride and his greed, and that led him to his destruction. And he had to be very talented. I mean, part of the curse was that he wasn't able to grow crops anymore. So how was he able to get food? He must have had the ability to kind of persuade other people. He was probably charismatic or in some way. In any case, he had the leadership skills available in order for him to get what he needed from others. And this is why this is such a cautionary tale. It's my personal hope that I do remember this lesson, because I gotta admit, there's been many times within my life that I fail to overcome. Many times. But what I feel that this translation of the Bible did for me was that it gave me a kind of a boost of confidence of the principles I already knew, that I can accomplish great things. And part of the reason why I can accomplish great things is because of my divine origin as a son of God. Well, that's all I got for today. I just wanted to share some of my thoughts in last week's Come Follow Me. Like, share, subscribe, comment, engage. Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, my name is Carlos Romero, and you're watching Covenant Fire. Take care. Until next time. Bye. God bless.